Hi everyone, this is Laura Daub, aka the Laurel Witch, and you'll notice that I actually put some of my altar work in the front of the video this evening. I wanted to do that as a little sneak peek of things that I do, and wondered if you had any interest in learning more about how I do the work that I do. That is one of my tools, is to do altar work and connect with my loved ones past and the universe. For those of you who haven't seen my videos before, I'm a psychic medium and I do connect with loved ones past to give messages to you, messages of closure and healing, and just to even sometimes to find out who is on your spirit guide team. So do take a look at my other videos. Tonight's video is a little bit different though, because usually I'm reading for someone or a group of people or a family who want to connect with a particular loved one, or different people. Tonight's video, though, the message coming from the universe is just that. It's a message from the universe, a collective message, if you will. And it is for everyone. I'm recording this on March 31st in the evening, and it doesn't matter though. Someone may come across this 2 years from now. This is March 31st, 2025. Sorry. And even if it's a couple years from now, this message will be here for you at the right time. Okay, so it really doesn't matter when you come across this video, because it will always be important. It's a very important message from the universe. I have been told my whole life that I do have a calming presence and a calming voice, and I do believe that is a gift that I have been luckily given, and that's what I'm here for. Even if the stories don't connect with you, perhaps you're here just to relax your nervous system. Perhaps you're watching this late at night and just wanting to get to sleep and forget about all the day's news and about the issues that are going on and the hard things that you might be going through. And listening to loved ones past and their messages with my voice combined hopefully will help you drift off into a beautiful, long, and uninterrupted sleep. I know that's so important. It's probably the most important thing in life right now, is to get a good sleep. It really affects so many other things. So sleep, I have to say, is also the time where we can connect with our loved ones past. It is the perfect time and the easiest time for them to find their way and for us to find our way, where we can meet right in the middle in that liminal dream space where we can see each other and feel each other. So thank you for sticking with me, and here is my reading for this evening. There's been one thing on my mind. Actually, there have been a lot of things on my mind, but one thing that came up and popped up and really has had me thinking is, what is the nature of our soul? And that's what I want to ask you, even before I lay the cards out. This is a message from our loved ones past and a message from the universe as a whole. What is the nature of your soul? By that I mean, what is important to you in life? What is important to you right now that you feel you can take with you when you pass? Will it be important then? Will all the things that you care about right now be important to you when you pass? I'd love us all to think about that right now. If you have a pen and paper right beside you, maybe sitting beside your bedside table, write it down right now. What is the nature of your soul? And what is important to you? And will it be important to you when you pass on and you are the spirit who is connecting with your loved ones who are still on this earth? What messages do you think your loved ones need to hear from you? These questions are here to help us further our spirits and our souls. I'm always talking about furthering ourselves, and I don't know why I keep saying that. What I really mean is how progression in life, I do believe it is really important to have progression in life, to further our souls, to further our love, to further our knowledge, to further our empathy, and to progress in life to a point where our souls will be restful and peaceful when we do pass. I know it can be really difficult in life, especially when we're going through hard times, especially when the world is going through so much turmoil. But when you really sit back and take your time, such as I do with my altar work, that's a really good time for me to reflect and even write down my thoughts. You'll see that I did write something down, and I burned it in my pretty little cauldron, and I let it go to the universe. That's a way for me to ask the universe what is important, things that I feel like I need to manifest, messages that I want to get across to spirit. I burn them in my cauldron, and then I let the universe take them. For you, you may not call it the universe, you may call it God, you may call it something else. It really doesn't matter. We all on earth will all end up as souls, and that's truly what we are, souls within physical bodies. So that's why I talk about furthering ourselves. What are we here for? Why are we concerning ourselves with such material things and such political strife and such things that keep us from thinking about our soul work? Now that I've laid the cards down, of course the card reading goes along with the messages that were already brought to us, and it is concerning religion, faith, and how we connect with spirit with our soul work. Right now it feels like many of us are overpowered by the toxicity of what's going on in the world. And we are. There's no doubt we are. I forget who it was who said this the other day, but it just seemed like a very simple conversation that I was having with someone. And it was that religion has been the worst thing for the world. Now, I know a lot of you might be very religious and you might want to be turning this off, or you probably wouldn't already be here. And that's okay. I am, again, not religious, but spiritual. So I call that spiritual BNR, spiritual but not religious. So, that said, for those of you who are like me, you're probably watching this because we do have that spiritual connection. You might agree with me that religion has been the sort of bane of our existence here on earth, and that continues to happen. And that's because it's causing such a divide, and it always has caused a divide. It's caused wars. It has, it is the full problem that we've had on earth. We are separated into tribes, and you'll see that in the card reading. I've put it up in the video here. You'll see religion is right by the tribe card. And we are put into little groups where we just want to belong. That is normal. That's very human nature to be tribal and to want to be with like-minded people. The problem is that the innocent, and you'll see the innocent card right beside the tribe card, the innocent people are the ones who are typically hurt and have always been hurt. And that's a really big, very important thing. You'll see right beside the snake is the important card. It's very important. It's very influential right now in our present time is what's happening in this top row here. We are at peak. We are at the peak time of what's going to happen. We're looking for justice, and we're just about there. You'll see there's important and snake and justice. And that is, the justice is just about in the future here. And that's what's happening. Today, as I recorded this video, although it still may be important 3 years from now, today is March 31st. It's, I believe, Monday, March 31st. Tomorrow is April 1st, 2025. And you may have already seen that many of these seers and mystics, whatever you want to call people like me, and they have been talking about this past weekend for years. I saw someone, an astrologer, who said that she has been talking about this past weekend for 6 years. But they were talking about this solar eclipse coming this past weekend, and that the last time this solar eclipse was here, it caused great problems like civil war. I think it was in the 1800s. And we're not going to see another weekend like this for many, many, many years again. So there was great interest in this past weekend and thinking that there's going to be this great upheaval. The problem is, from what I see as a seer, as a mystic, is that people like me have been talking about this, but not really giving any details on what's going to happen. They basically are saying, we're going to have this great upheaval, and that this is the turning point for mankind and humanity, and it's going to bring us into this into what? That's the problem. No one is saying what. And they are also sort of ignoring that what's going to happen during this upheaval time. They're sort of glossing over or making it sound like everything's going to be okay, and that this is just a step in the way the humanity has to go. But it's discounting all of the innocent people who will be hurt. It is not, they're not talking about what this upheaval is going to do. We do need some action. And we do need to do things to further ourselves because we have been fully divided, a lot of it attributing to this age-old problem, religion. There's more to it than that, that's for sure, and we're seeing that in present time with the rise of oligarchies and wealth and wealth taking over control and power. And that's what we need to actually do, is have some sort of direction, some sort of logical, practical steps to take to help us move through this, rather than just feeling out of control or not empowered that we can help. One of us can go within and ask ourselves that question that I asked before. What is the nature of your soul? And what is important to you now? And what will be important to you when your soul passes? And this reading is basically for all of us, whoever is finding this message. And I hope a lot of people do, because it is an important message. This last line refers to what we do in this healing work, especially people like me who share this. And we always call it body, mind, spirit. Body, mind, spirit work, if you will. What Spirit is asking us to do is flip those words around and consider spirit work first, then mind, and then body. Okay, so you'll see Spirit Throne is referring to the spiritual realm, which is way up here. It's something that most of us do not get a chance to connect with. And I feel lucky to be able to do that. And although I do feel like we all can, it's just a matter of sort of using that muscle, learning all about it, diving into it, and that can take quite some time to do. But that spiritual realm way up here, that's where we can possibly meet our loved ones when we're dreaming in that realm. So spirit, and then mind is this appearance here. So that the appearance, how we want to look, how we think, that kind of thing. And then body, that is our body here, our physical person, our the body that is carrying our soul around. Okay, so this is a message for this critical time to think about things differently. We are not going to get through this period of strife with thinking the same way that we have thought before. We're not going to get through this period of difficult times in the world with acting the same way, or treating the problems the same way, going after the problems in the same way. We need to think of a new way to change things. I know I've covered a lot here today, but this is maybe one thing that you could leave with. I hope that this brings you some peace, and perhaps you'll dream about this, that you should feel empowered, that your soul is here to help you, your spirit guides and your loved ones, and the universe has got your back. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. I will be posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday evenings, and whenever else pops up. Okay, thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.